Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, whenever and wherever you are. Welcome back to the Beta Plan, playing Planescape Torment. And I said I would rest in here, but unfortunately, it is too dangerous in here. We just cleared out the crypt, man, but apparently we are not allowed to rest here, so we are going to have to look for someplace else. I said, well, we haven't finished anything yet, and of course we have the luck that I died. Yes, you heard me right. I said we had the luck that I died. So I have again 4 hit points.
Enduring, grow strong.
And because of that, well,
Sure, why not?
we can roam around a little bit with me being on the front of things. Hello? Mind the zombies. Don't mind if I do.
I shall serve.
Certainly, because if you are so mindless that you don't even attack me at first, then oh, I can get some stuff in. Oh, come on, don't wait for a zombie to come at you. Just shoot in the head. Oh, wait, we don't have ranged weapons. Right, can't do that. But unlike a lot of people, that is not me griping on the series itself. I don't really like zombies and zombie series like The Walking Dead or zombie movies. They're just like, yeah. I don't understand, you know. Somebody's going to hate me over this, but if you kill a zombie, it is dead, you know? And at a certain point in the movies, there was always more and more and more zombies because there are hordes. Let alone stand, perhaps they have this herding mentality. Let's just make here a little suggestion. You mow down a few zombies. Well, they won't come back up at a certain point. Even the zombies are going to feel that to their numbers. It seems so silly, and some of them, well, depending a bit on which, I want to say mythology, but which story you follow, some of them are so slow as molasses. Just get the hell out of there, man. It's like you're always, everybody gets, oh my god, it's a zombie surprise like a thing. When a zombie apocalypse does happen, you kind of would expect you to know. Right. Well, yeah. But, oh, gargoyles. Well, this is some type of special creature, and I'm sure that no one that has ever played, well, D&D or things like that has ever heard of gargoyles. Let me show you that. Oh yeah. Well, nice and selected immediately. Is that all? I don't think so. Well, almost selected. We did see the picture, but not the text. But yes, it is exactly what you're seeing. Horde creatures from the lower planes, gargoyles are disembodied heads grown wings. Their bite is lethal, and once the victims of said bite are likely to become gargoyles upon their death. The gargoyles are not too dangerous in single combat. They flock into a flight and can prove deadly to an unprepared traveler. Those who would travel in dark places and catacombs should be wary. Yeah, your head just pops off of your own body, your ears become wings, and well, you float like a butterfly and sting like well, you don't really sting, you kind of bite as if you were a vampire-like creature. But unlike vampires, there's little human nature to these guys. A little struggle, and it's just demonic desire to kill you.
I'm gone. All right.
As you pass one of the twisted stone faces on the wall, it calls out to you in a cricking voice. It sounds like a shifting of boulders. Immortal will guard me. I am Goliath. I would have words with you. How did you know I'm an immortal? I see a burning purpose. Within your shell I see many things in the falling. The dust of these tunnels you lack. Something essential, and that keeps you from death's sweet embrace. A little foreboding, don't you say, and coinciding with Dianora. What did you want to say to me? Listen, this place holds much danger for you. Treachery awaits you on the surface, and your way is long and winding, and at the end you will find what you have sought, but you may not want it then. Are you some sort of oracle? Oracle? No. I observe, that is all. In that case, I had some questions. Tell me of yourself. How did you become in this situation? I was once a respected leader of my community in the low world. A petty lord sought to increase his power at the expense of my people, my friends, my relatives. And friends and I spoke against him. And then what? And then he captured us, one by one, and bound our spirits and senses into these screaming faces, under the ditch, where all filth and sigil comes eventually. And then he let the polluted waters above flow through our mouths and noses, eyes. The ditch, the only more or less water source within the sigil, well, more or less where it collects, and well, if you have so little water, places where water collects, you can understand certainly when it is within the hive or the lower ward. Whether it is the grime of the factories or the hive, just, well, the ghetto that it is, it becomes rather freaking ass dirty. Yeah, not very nice, and if that seeps through their mouths and noses and eyes for eternity, yuck, you can even see it, the filth coming down their walls, even in this filthy catacombs. Is there anything I can do to help? I am cursed to remain here until fresh water passes my lips. There is a magical flask of water in the drowned nations. Bring it to me. Give me a taste of it, and I shall tell you of someone who can help you unlock its full potential. You shall never lack for water again. Well, that's quite handy. We know of a man burning and connected to the plane of fire. Perhaps if we douse him in water, well, fire does normally, well, put out fire, doesn't it? Sorry, water normally puts out fire. That's what I was wondering, like, I'm saying something wrong here, but that was it. So we might want to know of a flask of endless water, and where is it?
Updated my journal.
I do not know. There was an artist named Chat, frequently in his tunnels. He knew. Find him, and he may tell you. Chat? Don't think I've even run into this person, to be honest. And how do I get there? Well, because my voice is starting to rasp and I don't know if I can hold on, I'm going to rate it a little bit more normal-like. Through the dead nations where the dead walk and rule, or the warns of the fought, where many as one hold sway, neither is without its risks. Dead nations, the dead, have achieved life. In their own way, they rule a portion of these catacombs. They struggle with many as one for the heart of these tunnels. Then tell me about many as one. You've heard of cranium rats. When they get her, they become more powerful. A shared mind. They and their servants, were-rats, seek masteries of these tunnels. They war with the dead nations. Well, thank you for that information, and I will say goodbye. Let's continue here a little bit. Is there not something I can claim over here? What? Well, I don't. I know, and that is simply because I know this game.
Stinkards.
It's funny, by the way, that even a single cranium rat who has enough intelligence to be like a human and nothing more than a rat does actually react to Mort's taunt no matter what. Well, I'm not going to go into these tunnels yet that you see over here because I know these tunnels are full of traps and we do not have yet a rogue in the party. And I do not really want to die to traps.
Right.
That would be,
I'm gone.
well, just a waste of time. Whoa! Whoa! I forgot all about that one. Yowza! Yeah, now we're a bit overwhelmed. But we are getting the upper hand already. There we go. Nice and smooth.
Done.
Cleared out. Oh, not a cranium rat. I don't know what they are in this door. They shouldn't be. That's like, I can't go to the. Oh, I can't go to this door, right? Yeah, because this door doesn't have an area. This one does. I always found that weird, but this door is nothing. It just isn't. There is nothing behind there. But yeah, I don't want to go into these tunnels and well, having no rogue around because they're gonna be dead. And if you're wondering, we are going for the dead nations. We are not going for the cranium rats with the were-rats as their allies. And why wouldn't I do that then? If you might ask, could be the plan. Because don't you like werewolves and such? Oh, I love werewolves. I love me some vampires and what have you not. But
I will heal your. I shall serve your will. I shall serve.
yeah, I don't want to be the focus of the were-rats.
I'm gone.
And Mort's weapon is immune.
My bite's not
Bye.
Well, let's talk to Mordant, or better say, let's talk to Inquis teeth. Let's use them, and there we go. I want you to become a magical weapon. The teeth rattle about wildly and then suddenly settle down. At a brief moment, they begin to emit a soft magical glow. Et voila! And by the way, this is not based on the fact that they didn't do damage before, it is based on level, but I didn't even realize that perhaps that was kind of needed right now, and I wasn't sure if it was going to work, but, well, it worked. And this is, well, let's pull up the map. This is to the Warrens of Fault, but I don't want to go to the Were Rats and the Cranium Rats, despite that being perhaps a little bit more unique than zombies and what have you not. It's more or less how I'm gonna put this. There's way more stuff that is interesting in the Dead Nations, more side quests, and way more interactions where many is one, well, it's more or less the bruiser type of way to go about it. Where you can learn a little bit more and talk. Stop. Now I've come too far, traveler, and trespassed into the Dead Nations. Realm of the Silent King. Wilt thou submit peacefully? Submit to what? This is the will of the Silent King, that all who pass the gates into our nation become prisoner of this lands. Wilt thou submit? Well, I won't be able to beat all of you, so very well, I will submit. Come then, we shall show thee to the chapel. Know this, thou shalt be free to wander these halls, but not to leave the catacombs. Thou shalt be prisoner here until thy death. Should thou arise as we have, thou shalt be free. Praise the Silent King, his will be done. Follow
Updated
him.
my journal.
Ah, another member of the living. Most are slain by the ghouls. This far into the catacombs. You are unfortunate. Where am I? You are in the catacombs of the Dead Nations. The gods brought you here. Why have I been made a prisoner here? I do not know. Ask some of the citizens here. And who are you then? I am Suego, factotum of the Dustman. I'm a missionary in these parts. He gives a half bow. Missionary? Yes, I come to these catacombs after hearing rumors of the undead that were aware in these parts. I hope to save them. Save them? Yes, the passion of them ties them to this false life. I hope I can teach them to forsake these passions and leave this false life behind and reach true death. Well, you already know about that, but, well, that's all I wish to know. A moment of your time before you go. Do not attack any of the undead here in the catacombs. They will not harm you as long as you remain peaceful. Should you prove hostile, they will defend themselves. And they are many of them. Lastly, you may return here if you need to rest. Wait, can we rest now? Of course. You shall be safe in this chamber while you rest. And we kinda needed that because Dakon is really... We did not heal up. What?
Balance in all things.
What? Maybe because I skipped the animation. It did not entirely do as I promised. Oh,
I'm
the
gone.
bandages though. This metal slab is apparently used as a bed. There looks to be a portion of the side that can pry it open. Oh, look aside. You're not going to be able to pry into Suego's things while he's around. You need to find some way to distract or move him away from the area if you want to get in here. But that is a little bit of a clue, isn't it? But I'm strange that Dakon actually didn't get his full health back. Nor did Mort. But what's going on there? I don't know. Well, you know what? All the silver things go to Mort from now on. Because every time I want to heal Dakon, he doesn't have the space to do so. And it is bothering me. I really thought he would go to full health after some rest. He can use one more bandage. Well, you are nearly full up, that's pretty good. And then, well, let's bandage up the skull. Yes, I don't know how that sets bone and whatever, but it does. There we go. Everybody more or less fully healthy.
I'm gone.
Time for us to roam around a little bit in the Dead Nations. Oh, it's locked.
Forced it.
Opened.
I'm forced it.
No, that's junk. We don't need it to
gone.
force that. Okay.
All right.
And I know there's actually a shop around here. One of them is actually this man, Hargrim the Bleak. The one that, I think I said black by accident a moment ago. Hargrim the Bleak, who, well, is a very type of thing, special type of thing, because he's a priest, and normally the Lady of Pain bans out all the gods, and she's not too friendly to priests themselves. As we already learned that all the acolytes of the Ioskar, they mysteriously disappeared. The skeleton wears what appears to be an ancient priest robe, heavy and ornate. It carries a large, impressive staff, which is capped with intricately carved horns, dangling pendants, and a gilded skull. Greetings. The skeleton, its eyes aglow like two burning embers, looks over you, but makes no reply. Are you Hargrim? I don't know why, but apparently I'm telepathic. It nods solemnly, the pendant suspended from its staff, tinkling softly. There's something distinguishing about its sinus-piercing gaze. I had some questions. Have you seen a small bronze sphere anywhere here? Because that's what we're looking for. Shakes head. I've seen no such thing. Why dost thou seek this object? For a man named Ferret. The skeleton draws back and looks up and away as if peering at the surface. Blood still beats in his black worm-ridden heart. That wheezing sack of flesh still sends his pack into our homes to raid and pillage. Let's face you once more. Thou were wrong to come here. We tolerate no such desecrators within our borders. But I'm not of his pack. Why then art thou invading our homes on a fetch and carry for that miserable soul? I am finding the swearer for him in return for information I need. There's no other loyalty between us. It looks over you carefully, tapping its chin with a bony finger. Thou do not seem the sort of to follow such a man. Perhaps you speak the truth. Perhaps your presence here is tolerable. Oof. Wouldn't want to die. You know, why have I been made a prisoner? It is the will of the Silent King. The living who are caught here are made to languish in these holes until they join the quiet ones. Could he be convinced to allow otherwise?
Updated my journal.
After a short silence, its jaws creak open. It is doubtful, but perhaps mysterious of the way of the Silent King. May I speak with? It holds up a bony palm with a creaking groan and a puff of dust. Its jaw open to speak. No. Its voice, deep and resonant, echoes for a long while in the vaulted chamber. But then why not? Its voice booms throughout the chamber. No living creature may pass to the doors that lead to the throne room, or allow thee an audience, even if such a thing were possible. Thou shalt not see him. But I would need his permission to leave. It holds up its palm. No, by the power of the Silent King, thou shalt not leave this place. Now what can I do to convince you then to have this audience? It considers you for a moment before speaking. Prove to the dead nation that thou mean it no harm. Acts of goodwill. Perhaps then I shall take thy petition to the Silent King. I could tell the dustman that Ferret is selling them corpses he stole here. I'm certain that they would stop Ferret, yeah, but then it means I would leave, and I probably don't... Somehow I think Hargrim is a little smarter than that. In fact, is there some task I could perform for you?
Updated my journal.
Yes, perhaps. Occasionally the ghouls will miss small packs of well-hidden cranium rats that have come to spy here. Shouldst thou come across any, be sure to slay them. I might do that. Farewell. But actually, I had some other questions, if I may. I need healing. Could you help us? No. Were thou not a prisoner here, awaiting thy death, the answer might be different. Alright, unfortunately, I thought I was already and could access him immediately, but I cannot, apparently. Unfortunately. Never mind, then never mind. So I will walk around and, we'll see if I can perform your task and perhaps some other tasks, because one task does not make good deeds. That is a good deed. That is singular, not plural. Why is everybody around this chest? I want to access this chest. I want to be in. I want to be with the cool kids at the cool schools.
Done.
The hell, everybody? Okay. You know what? Everybody. Yeah, I know. I'm smashing up chests. There we go. Magical dagger.
I'm gone.
That's the one that's not interesting. Just school is in my way. Oh, wait a second. Did it just open for there? Yes, it did. 3 bone jars.
Right.
Not a bad hole.
Done.
Oh, even more guys. Wasn't there also a regular merchant around here somewhere? I think so.
Force done.
Ah, that's just a
I'm
wooden
gone.
club. I don't need that.
Forced it.
I am actually quite of a brute here. I said I would do good deeds, but in the meantime I'm smashing open every frickin' lock in the place.
Forced it. I'm gone. All right.
I thought there was. I kinda wanna go in there. Oh, charcoal charm, thank you. Nameless zombie, and this man is clearly having some trouble. Puzzle skeleton. Skeleton is muttering to himself, occasionally pausing to scratch its skull. It is old enough so that no meat is left on this bone, only a few colored rags. Greetings. And nods greeting in return, but does not reply to you. I had some questions. The skeleton looks up at you and grunts in frustration. Not now! Forgive me, but I have the most horrid riddle on my mind and I cannot puzzle it out. What's the riddle? Seems surprised. Oh, going to give it a try, art thou? Yes, go ahead. Very well, this is from the chortling buffoon of a bone bag thou may find nearby. It refused to give me the answer, and it's killing me. Go on then. It nods. Think of the words which end in gree. Angry and hungry are two. There are but 3 words in the common tongue. What is the third word? The word is something that one uses every day. If thou hast listened carefully, I have already told thee what it is. Well, I don't have enough intelligence to solve this puzzle right now. And perhaps that's also good, so my watchers can think about it a little while. It's, stumped as well, eh? Let me know if thou should find the answer, and best of luck should thou try and get it from the chattering fool who gave it to me. If you get enough intelligence, you can give him directly the answer, but we only have 16 for now, and that is too little. We see somebody here talking about true death, and it's a doubtful skeleton. Probably you can do something with him. Whoa, grainy rats!
All right.
And I don't have Darkon and the rest with me.
I shall serve.
Good as done.
Ooh, that spell, by the way, is Ice Knife. I should not walk on them. If I get it, I get ice
What's the word,
damage,
Chief?
or cold damage, I should say, and my dexterity will be lowered,
What's up?
making it even easier for me to be hit. But that's why I said I don't like the spell. We once got it already, and I said,
Twice
well,
as ugly.
I don't really want to use that in my spell bait because you really have to aim it, and if the person moves away, well, then it's over. It is not a out-of-target spell. Something that can be easily hit. By the way, and these radiant rats are starting to hit me a lot. I just lost like a ton of hit points for like no apparent reason. Oh, wait a way, I just remembered how it goes. It depends on, well, the resting place, how many hit points
Good as
your
done.
allies get back. If you rest in a kingly place, you get more HP than you get if you, well, rest in a beggar's place. Because you have a better rest. The exception is the nameless one, because I have, oh, I regenerate. It's that simple.
All right.
Well, let's go and talk to Nameless Zombie. We saw her talk, but this rotting female corpse is shaking. Oh, wait a second, we can't talk to her. We need to talk to this lady. That is the one we also needed for Grizz. I can give that away because we will do that in this episode. Still merry. This musty-smelling female zombie looks exceptionally old, almost mummified. Her skin has the appearance of moldering grey-green leather, and one of her eyes has fallen out, leaving a dark pit in her face. Her voice is slow and thick. Greetings. Greetings. She indicates herself and speaks again. It sounds as if her vocal cords are festering away in some soupy mess at the base of her throat. Ugh. Still weary, I had some questions. She nods her head, awaiting your question. How is it you speak to these other zombies? I cannot understand them as I can you, because, well, most of them don't have enough brain power to even speak. Apparently, though in D&D, both mindless skeletons have enough intelligence to speak in this particular thing. And I don't mind. Why not? Because the planes move in mysterious ways. The corpse takes a step back to you, reaching out an arm to touch you. Let her touch you. Her nearly flesh hand brushes gently against your forearm as she speaks. Listen. How did you do that? She charges you once more. Speak to us you can, but you must do it properly. Can you teach me? She smiles, the hardened skin of her face cracking like thick leather. Yes.
Updated my journal.
Please do then. She finished telling you the skills required to speak to the dead. A brass she calls stories bones tell. Can I talk to any dead body? Some others too dead must use skill. Thanks for well. We'll talk to her a little later, but now that we have talked to her, one of the things we can do is talk to the nameless zombie. And any other dead person that normally is unable to speak to you. Oh, actually I could talk to her. Oh, oops. Well, anyways, because I didn't use story bones tell. The zombie moans softly in your reply, only your skills in conversation. Oh, no, there it is. The zombie moans softly in reply, only your skills in conversing with the dead allows you to understand her. Name, my name. No, is that why you are so distressed? Forgot my name, my name. Her milky eyes with a black, roomy substance. A corpse. Oh, tears. Can I help you find your name again? The corpse nods slowly. My tomb, she points outward. Watery catacombs. Which is where we need to also get that flask. So how handy that is. But how will I know of your tomb?
Updated my journal.
Chest. Spike chest, bolted down near my tomb. I'll go find it then, for Will. Yes, we can do so, and we can do even more, because we had here also a doubtful skeleton that we can talk to, and what have you not? You can see how many questions I could ask still Mary. Yes, we have a lot of things to do here in the Dead Nations. A lot indeed. So let's talk to the doubtful skeleton. There's no meat left on the bone, blah 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 blah. Greetings. It makes no response, apparently lost in thought. It's staring at the floor, shaking its head and tapping its chin thoughtfully. It looks up at you, seeing you, sighs with a small puff of dust. I have much on my mind, and I would prefer to be left alone. Is there anything I could do? I'll help you with. No, I have a difficult decision to make, tis all. What decision is that?
Journal.
To continue my life here, or to die, to finally pass into true death, I have been told of. True death? A complete absence of passion. The true death is a true lie beyond the shadow of existence. It is said that it is to this place that the we must reach to free ourselves. That the we must reach. There is a grammatical error in here, which is causing me to have issues here. It is said that it is to this place that the we must reach to free ourselves. That's what literally stands there, but that's not a proper sentence. But we know what he means. I see no reason why you should give up your life. I shall take thy words into consideration. Now I ask thee to leave me to my thoughts for well.
I'm gone.
Alright, I think... Skeleton Merchant. We found him. But first, of course, we need to bash open a lock. And we do, but we found some skeletal heads in that. No need to go in there. Whistles merrily. Skeleton Merchant. You see a skeleton bouncing from the ball of one foot to another. Air whistles from between its teeth. It looks very, very bored. As you approach, the demeanor changes entirely. Welcome, welcome. I've got a host of items for your perusal. Fresh from the latest burgs who've been trying to loot the quiet ones. Would you like to see them? Yes, show me what you've got. And here we have a merchant, where we can sell some stuff to. In fact, I think I'm going to sell all of this because I don't think we'll making many trips to the Drowned Nations. There we go. Perfect. Ooh. And we can now use level 3 spells. And I like this spell. You know what? We'll buy it. Oh, that's stealing. Your inventory is full. Oh, okay. Well, we won't be needing the battle axes. Apparently this is just 600 gold worth. The Club of Nettles. Well, seeing we're not going for a rogue game through, we're going to take that. And I know that, well, I know something about the rogue. Of course, we're going to get a rogue in the party. I mean, can't do without a rogue, but, well, that rogue won't be using clubs. Punching daggers. Enchanted battle axe. He actually has some interesting items. If I remember, he had something very interesting beyond the Elysium Tears, but where is it? I may be confusing him with another shopkeeper, though. I think I'm confusing him with somebody else. Alright, well, we'll buy this scroll. And we will learn this scroll. So that now we have a level 3 spell to learn. Because we did level up a while ago. So let's do that. Elysium Tears. Perfect. We do still want to get some better spells by the way of talking to Dakon, but those are for a little bit later. We perhaps want to... This is this ice knife that, well, the cranium gel rats just used against me and I don't really care for it. You know what? Let's sell a few things. We have Chromatic Orb, but Chromatic Orb we also want to get the Dakon. It's a really good spell. Scroll Strength, no, because we have Power of 1, which is better. It's... This scroll, it gives you a strength bonus. But the spell cannot bestow a strength of 19 or greater. In fact, it lowers it if you have beyond that, so that's kind of pointless. We have a better spell than armor, and actually we don't need it anymore because it sets your armor to 2, whereas our armor is already 2 for Mort and 1 for the other 2 guys, so you don't need it. I don't like the spell Ice Knife. Scroll of Fist of Iron is kind of rare, so I probably want to keep it simply because most likely I can have whatever spell I want later in the game because I am going to get an intelligence of 19 or 21 or something. And then you can have unlimited spells in your spellbook. Wow. So that clears up our inventory space a little. And Chromatic Orb I do really want to get to Dakon. In fact, you know what? Learn it already. That's a nameless one. Alright, there we go. Dakon, Chromatic Orb. Pretty good spell. And that's not something he has a better version of, because Rain of Anger is actually your Dakon's version of Magic Missile, but then just a little bit better. So, you know what? Dakon also learn Identify. There we go. 2 very decent and handy level 1 spells. You never know when you want to make use of that. And the rest we will keep. Have we already enough lore? Yeah, we already finally have enough lore to immediately understand what these daggers do without having to identify them. Perfect, that will give us quite a bit of selling power. We don't know... Yeah, we now know that the Silver Mirror is the sadistic frame, capable to cast Pain Mirror on ourselves. Which is quite good, because that means whatever hit you get, you return that to the enemy. Hello, Argrim. I kinda killed, by the way, some cranium rats. I found a group of cranium rats in the rubble of an old passageway.
Updated my journal.
It nods, obviously pleased. Now have our thanks. May the Silent King watch over thee. So, can you speak to the Silent King for me now? It holds up a palm. No, by the power of the Silent King, thou shalt not leave this place. But what else can I do to convince you?
Updated my journal.
The skeleton priest hums deeply, the lights of his eyes dimming as it goes. Suego, rid us of the damnable dustman, and I shall speak to the Silent King of thy freedom. However, I do not seek to have him assassinated. Merely give us a reason to remove him from the dead nation. What troubles you so much about Suego? He tries to convince us to give up this pretense of life, as he calls it, and pass into the true death. He claims that it is our passions that anchor us to this life, and we must let go of them, and our duty. He wants us to die.
Updated my journal.
Go on. Some listen to his words, but none have chosen to surrender themselves to his beliefs. Those that did would be forever silenced. Our numbers would dwindle, and all that we would have would be destroyed by those who surround us. Suego may believe he's doing right, but it is, in truth, causing great harm. Or why do you allow him to stay then? We cannot force him to leave. He knows we cannot harm him. The Death Truce. I've called it the Death Pact, but it's the Death Truce. No undead may injure a dustman unless first attacked. Also the Silent King wishes no slaughter in his halls. So yes, that is, well, the advantage. Also, if you become a dustman, you get this Death Truce. No undead can harm you unless you attack first. Alright, well, that's all I wish to know, and that's all I will do in this episode, because, well, we have been going on already for a while. There are still more of the Death Nations to talk to around here. After all, there's none that here that curses the Silent King. I'm quite curious who she is. We have to get rid of Suego. And, well, we have a skeleton that's considering true death. A skeleton or a zombie that's missing her name. A skeleton with a riddle. We have much to do in the Dev Nations. But that is for the next episode. I say I thank you for watching, and remember, great peril is great beauty.